So much has happened this week, guys, and I just wanted to explain as quickly as I can what's happened. I apologise for the airplanes. If I had a bazooka I would, or some sort of locking mechanism like the Stinger. I always loved the Stinger. So much has happened this last week. We've met with a music video production team, which is really cool. They are working on our single, which is going to be a little song called This Time Around, which you may know. But this time around has changed, and it's not changed like you'd recognise the song, but it's better. It's an actual studio version. It's really cool. I love this version, and huge string parts and really interesting use of guitars and bass. Very proud of this version. I always loved the original, so we wanted to keep it similar, but to take it somewhere else, you know. And so we're working on a music video with them. The only thing I want to tell you about it is that it's point of view, which means that you're looking through the eyes of the music video person, like Suffragettes or Peep Show, anything like that that's filmed in first person. So I'm really excited for that, and the production team are really cool. They've just drafted the kind of schedule for the filming, and that's really cool. That's something that we're looking forward to doing. We've also got another song that we're looking at as a kind of secondary single to come out when the album comes out, which we think is going to be a song called Lonely Smile. But Lonely Smile is kind of, it's a very cool song, but it's not particularly too down. Like, it was a Quiet One song that always needed a bigger ending than I could have done within the parameters of Quiet One. So I brought the chords, the structure to 2 down, gave it to Callum, and within seconds it had to be a 2 down song. So I'm not sure whether to release that as a single or not, because it's not a good example of the rest of the album, if you know what I mean. But anyway, we'll get to that later. But this time around, music video is already in the making, and that was that. We have more strings this week. We've now completed strings for another 3 songs, which is quite a lot of work just doing strings. And today, about 20 minutes ago, I finished doing bass for the record as well, with This Time Around, which is the last song to finish the bass. And I love the bass on this record. I hope you do too, because not a lot of light gets shined onto bass, because it's not as cool as a guitar, really, is it? There's not as much you can do with it, I guess. Well, it depends, not as much as I could do with it, I guess, but I've always loved playing bass, and you know, it's that kind of deep underbelly of each song. So the bass is done now as well. I've also had good talks with the street team this week, because next week we've got our street team gang vocal day up in London, in an area called Cricklewood, which is a great name. And to that we are having Matt, who's Group 115. We've got Abel, we've got Wazuk. The nigga ain't coming, someone else is coming instead of that man. And we have got, I think, a couple more people as well. And of course Callum and I will be there. Oh, as well as Wang Time's coming down to have a little bit of a scream. So it's going to be a nice little kind of reunion for a lot of people, or a good chance to meet for a lot of people as well. So really looking forward to the gang vocal day, because that's kind of at the tail end of the album. Like, after that there's not much left to do. On that day as well, I'm doing all the piano, a little bit of percussion as well. Anything else extraneous like Hammond or Wurlitz or anything like that that I could do on that day as well will be on the record. I've got to plan all of that, and that's it for now, I think. But that sounded like a lot more, actually, but I've really condensed it. There's a few other things that have happened as well, but they're not quite as relevant. Oh yeah, of course the actual location recording for the record, which is a lot of the forest stuff, and the artwork for the album. Okay, there's a lot of stuff that I'll probably break into another video, but when Tim's actually coming down to 2 Down Studios here next Thursday and Friday, because we've got the gang vocals on that Saturday, and the idea is that we finish a lot of my vocals in that time, because my vocals are really annoying because I operate my system. I've got to kind of run to the booth, run back to stop recording, run back to the booth, run back. It's quite irritating. So having Tim around is going to really help it be less irritating, because I always hate being irritated by tracking vocals, but my system and the way it works, it is irritating to me. So I always think that shines through when I'm doing vocals. I always feel slightly irritated, and I can sometimes hear it. So I don't want that to be an issue with this. And hopefully at that time as well, we'll get a lot of the forest. I just wanted to give you a brief moment to hear what I'm talking about. That kind of birds and leaves rustling and people screaming and wolves apparently growling at me. All of that stuff that we need to get as well for the record, because there's a bit of that as well. And then we've got the narration the week after. There's a lot happening, so I don't want to keep it too long, but there's a lot happening, and and now here's Callum with more.
Right, hello people, it's Crow, 2 down in the lab once again. Another productive day, smashed out some more vocals. Today we got, well, Either, which is the temporary name.
Don't get it twisted in one way or another. We are all addicted. Our addiction is not so simplistic to be so dismissive. To deny its existence is where the problem will persist. Clear the smoke, see the light through the mist. Put it on up and then take control. Get it out from track, cause it's down the road. Never go wrong the road till the soul.
Either, yes, all my vocals done. So that feels good. They're all sounding amazing. We're really going to start working on, I guess, Ben's vocals next, bits and pieces. But yeah, 2 Lost Boys, fully up, ready to go. We are working hard. All the songs have come along quite a long way. I guess you guys have heard little tiny bits here and there. Trust me when I say these songs are incredible. But yeah, Crow's done his vocals, I'm cool. Now we're going to work on everything else. Another late night, but we don't stop. 2 down, 2 Lost Boys, coming soon.